Hello everyone. Let's start with the project demo of SoftServe project. Okay. Now basically this will be the home page of your project. This will be the starting page of your project. So it's basically kind of a web portal which we have developed. Now what the user has to first do is to click on a register button. So when a user clicks on register button, he has to provide some basic details for registration, just like a first name, last name, email ID, contact number, and all those things. Okay. Now in our case we have two types of user. The first is a free user and the second is a premium user. Now what is the difference between a free user and a premium user? For a free user, the files will not be stored anywhere. Okay, so let's say if I have compiled a file today, if at later point of time I need the result file, the compiled file, I will not be able to get that file. Okay, so the files will not be stored on the server basically. But for a premium user, the files will be stored on the server. So that's the difference. So at a later point of time, the premium user can access those files. Okay, now for demonstration, let's start with the now basic validations which we have taken care. Okay, so let's say I'm again once again all the required fields. Okay, so let's say I'm removing the first name, so there is an please enter first name and all those things. If my email ID is not in a correct form, let's say I'm okay, please enter a valid contact number. If I am adding something like this also, the invalid contact number. So all the validation has been taken care. If again if I'm giving some password, okay, password does not match, password and confirm does not match, so all the validations are taken here. Now the point to remember here is basically when you're giving a contact number, okay, this should be a valid contact number. The reason is we have added an additional layer of security while logging in. Okay, so when you will be logging in, a SMS code, system generated code will be sent to a user's mobile. Okay, so the contact number, you should not give any dummy contact number, any 1234 something. It should be a valid contact number. A username, let's say KJ. Okay. Okay, now the username is a kind of a primary key here. Okay, so if the username is already taken, you will get a message saying that username is already taken. Okay, so what I will do, I will take some new username. Okay, let's say DITP, this stands for Dream IT Projects. Okay, now when you are taking for a free user, automatically you are registered, but when you click for a premium user, you will be redirected to a payment page. So I'm just giving for a premium user. So when you click on register, okay, yes, verification code has been sent to your mobile to verify your code. Okay, so the verification code which I have received is 331585657. Okay, so right now I am giving an invalid code, so there will be invalid code, so I have to append 7. Okay, when you sign up, okay, now I am redirecting to a payment date. So first, for a premium user, it checks the details are valid, then it verifies the contact number, whether the user has given a proper contact number or not. If the contact number is valid contact number, then he is redirected to payment details page. Now for a payment details, which we have a 16 digit credit card number. Okay, so then a calendar. Okay, so just give a, and then a card holder name. Basically it's just a dummy page, it has nothing to do with anything. Just for a to distinguish between a premium user and a free user, we have added just one more page, so that payment to reflect the payment procedure. So proceed to payment. Okay, so thanks for registering with SoftServe. Please log in. Okay, when I am logging in with DITP, if I am entering a incorrect password, okay, so invalid username or password. If my username and password both are valid, okay, so the next set of verification is done. SMS code is sent to a user's mobile. Okay, and that SMS code has to be entered by the user. So the code which I have received again is, it's 51213538. it's 538. Okay, so basically you have been logged on. Okay, now you have three things. Now since it's a premium user, you have a compiler, text files and files. So what is, let's go on and compile. So now for a compiler thing, you can compile a Java file or you can compile a C# file. Clear? So when you click on a Java file, okay, so basically you will get this kind of interface. Now for a Java file, okay, if you have just a Java file, just click on Java source file. If you have an applet, then Java source file plus a HTML file. If you don't have any file, okay, you can write a code here also. Yeah, so let's I have one Java file called inetaddress.test. okay, I'm just selecting it. I'm clicking on a compile button. So when you click on a compile button, the file will be sent to a server, okay, and server will give me the output. So basically when you click on this inetaddress output, okay, so this is the output which I have got. You can run the applet also. So let's go for applet thing. So basically jcombobox jcheckbox demo. So this is a jcheckbox file, jcheckbox demo.html, and then click on compile. Okay, so you can see this is the output which we have done. Clear? Now let's say if you don't have any Java file created, you can write your own code here and you can click on compile button. Clear? Now similar is for the C# also. You can directly browse the C# file or you can write a code. The next thing is text files. So now for text files, you can, again there are two options, view files and convert files. Now for a view files, let's consider a scenario where you do not have your MS Office installed and you have to view the file. So click on browse. Okay, so on a desktop I have, let's say abstract.docx. okay, you can directly view it online without downloading or converting it. So it will take some time depending on the file size and depending on the contents, and you can see the okay. Now again let's say it's view. So basically see, you can see all the formatting and font size tables and all are preserved, so you can see the exact copy of the Word file. Okay. Now convert files. Okay, there are also facility to convert any files. So let's say I have to convert this abstract into a PDF. Okay, so just click on PDF and it will convert it into a PDF file. So there is a download option provided. When you download it and open it with a PDF, so this is the PDF version of it. Clear? Next, go to files. Okay, now whatever files which you have browsed, okay, we have clicked on inetaddress, then abstract, then checkbox demo and all those things. This will be stored. You can download it at any point of time. Yeah, so this is the files where the history is maintained and you can download at any later point of time. So you have a file ID, you have a file name, what is the type of the file, and on which date the file is created. Yeah. So that was all about this SoftServe project. Okay, looking at the interface, it's very simple, but at the back end there is a much more coding involved in it to call a compiler and all those things. Okay, and finally what the user does is it's a log thing. So you have been successfully logged out. Okay, thank you.